You also worked with somebody else quite famously, I think 1980, and you made a star out of Barry Windham. Before we get onto Barry, how does he compare to Blackjack Mulligan, his dad, and any stories about Blackjack?
Well, now he's a big honking huge guy like Jack. But when I started with him, he was 220 pounds, same size, same height, 6'6", big guy, big kid. Tough kid. Not a certainly not a shrinking date and a shrinking violet. He was a tough son of a gun. But he listened and he wanted to learn. And that was we had I go out and have 20-minute matches, then 30-minute matches. Well, at first I beat him, then we'd go then we'd go broadways, and I couldn't. Then I get mad as hell, and I do something, to I was always doing something to screw him over, hurting him somehow. And that's when we went to the thing where the Tampa TV, where he came from behind with the chair, and broke the chair over my head, which is the hardest thing in the world to prepare yourself for. If you know it's coming, if you know you're going to get hit over the back of the head, or you're going to get hit over the head, but you can't see it, and you don't know, you can't even blink. You don't even have a chance to blink because you don't know it's there. Because Dusty had been watching the John Travolta cowboy movie where he was Urban Cowboy, where the girlfriend's the guy got out of jail and took the girlfriend and stuff, and where John Travolta just came back out of nowhere and blindsided the guy, and the Dusty, he loved that scene, so that was it. Then we're doing Urban Cowboy at Tampa Sportatorium. So I'm there, and something happened. I beat somebody. I don't know if I was with Humperdinck or Sonny King at the time, but I just beat somebody up in the ring. 3-4 minute job in the Sportatorium. So I'm at the desk, and I'm facing the desk with Gordon. So on my back's so Barry came in through the back of the building, and they fixed the chair all up too. So it was, then he missed. But it glued the chair back together. So when it hit my head, it would just shatter. Unfortunately, it hit the bar going apart. Slipped me over. But that was one of the hardest things I ever did in the ring or rest, is waiting to get hit over the back of the head, and not even being able to blink or do anything, just not knowing it's coming from anywhere. That's amazing. What a feeling. That was it, and we kind of ended up wrestling. I got the chair split me this way, and then a week later I was in West Palm Beach, and somebody hit me with a beer bottle, and it went this way. So I had a big cross. I had a big cross going across the top of my head. I think every time somebody saw me, they did the sign of the cross and genuflect or something.
So it had almost like a Charles Manson thing going on.
Yeah.
There's another famous bit with you and Barry Windham where you pile drive him onto the concrete floor. I imagine this is the answer, and you confirm for me or not. You couldn't possibly hurt someone with a pile driver because your legs were so huge, and their head wouldn't be long enough unless it was Jim Nelson's head.
Oh, I don't know, but anybody your pile driver, it doesn't matter how big your legs are, just make sure you keep their head in place and land on your ass. You got to support them and run. You don't be driving them through the mat or driving them through the concrete while you're pile driving. I mean, pretty much like the other that tombstone pile driver I used to use. You got to, you hold them up and pull them out when you hit ground. So you're hitting down and pulling up with the protecting your opponent's head. That's the number one rule. That was when I broke in. That was the first commandment of wrestling: is protect your opponent, protect your guy in the ring. Wasn't an opponent. Protect the guy you're working with.
With either pile driver, either the regular or the tombstone style, did it jar your back trying to landing basically as a spike downwards on the floor, or was that one of the more painful moves to give?
No, I didn't think of it at the time. You're hot, you're young, and you're going. So so many parts involved when you're doing a move like. I never did that type of pile driver a lot anyway. So it's not a case of that was pretty much just for a false finish or a backdrop out of it or something. When I was a heel, maybe I'd throw it in, but that wasn't part of my routine, pile driver.